Welcome to the Holy Yogi, where we help you find the guru inside of you. Hello, beautiful. Hello, handsome. How you doing today? If no one has told you today that they love you, let me be the first. Mwah! Giving out lots of love, cyber hugs to each and every single one of you. We are having such a wonderful time, and I want to thank so many of you for coming on board, sending lots of love and comments and subscribing to our channel. Hey, listen, do me a favor. Let's start now before we begin to talk about our message for today. Like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification button so you can get the inside scoop on how to have a healthy relationship. Yes, love is in the air. We got Valentine's Day coming. Oh my God, the clock is ticking. In 15 more days, it's going to be your day and my day. But more importantly, we're going to talk about having Valentine's Day every single day, 365 days, 7 days a week, 24/7 for you and for me. You're going to have it right here at the Holy Yogi for sure, because we give out love each and every single time you come, because we know that love is what? The greatest medicine of them all, and love makes the world go round and round and round. Ain't nothing like love. Well, with that said, today we're going to talk about, are you in a healthy relationship? Now, what I want you to do is I want you to subscribe, because yesterday we talked about the healthy relationship love challenge that's going on February the 4th. Be there or be square. We're going to have a wonderful time, so check out that video, and also check out the very first video of our series. This is series number 3. And what we're going to do is I explain to you how to have a healthy relationship and how to really churn that relationship with you, and also how to develop that relationship with others. But now we're going to analyze those of you who are already in a relationship to really see and analyze if you are in a healthy relationship quiz. Yeah, we're going to give a quiz today to find out if you are. And the best way to do that is for me to share with you what not to do in being in an unhealthy relationship. Unfortunately, I am an expert in being in an unhealthy relationship. But the blessing in the lesson is that it taught me how to recognize a healthy relationship. So no more. I know what it looks like to be in a healthy relationship, and I also know what it looks like to be in a very unhealthy, toxic relationship. So we're going to discuss that now, as far as what is a healthy relationship. How do you know when you're in a healthy relationship? Well, the best thing to do is let me share with you what it's like to be in an unhealthy relationship. You know, I always make sure I got my love standing behind me, because we got to make sure love has our back whenever we're talking about any subject, because we know that love is so healing. So we make sure we have it available. And guess what? It's a light. So love and light to each and every single one of you out there. So with that said, to be in an unhealthy relationship is a relationship where you are being emotionally, sometimes physically, verbally, and financially abused. Wow. I know you guys never heard of financial abuse. Well, maybe, unfortunately, I may have coined that. And I'm going to talk about financial abuse because, when I was doing my research, I let Spirit really guide me in order to minister to each and every single one of you, first and foremost. But I do some research to see what's prevalent, what's going on. And I can remember, the last relationship that I was in. I was at the Placer County Women's Homeless Center for abusive relationships. And I remember when I was trying to be accepted into that place, because like I said, I was homeless with my little baby boy. They asked me, was I being physically abused? And I remember telling them, no, I wasn't, because I did not want to deny a woman that life was at stake and that she was being physically accosted. I was being emotionally and financially abused, okay, because my husband had emptied our joint checking account. And a lot of people don't factor or take that into consideration. And I can remember sitting down, I was receiving counseling at the time, and she shared with me the fact that just because I wasn't physically abused, the emotional abuse was much more severe, because those wounds you cannot see in order to heal them. Woo! I'm going to say that again. The wounds of emotional abuse you cannot see physically in order to heal them. And sometimes because we cannot see them mentally and consciously, we can't heal from them. And they lay dormant and they rise up later. And ironically, I say that to you because a lot of people are being emotionally abused and don't realize it, because he didn't hit me, okay? But he can hit you with cheating on you. He can hit you with constantly putting you down or making you feel inadequate and insecure, criticizing you and judging you and having your self-esteem be diminished. So you got to really think about that, constantly, like I said, criticizing you, etc. That's what I was receiving. 1 minute I got into the relationship because I was considered his number one fan. I remember him saying that to me, and I felt really good, my number one fan. But sometimes your number one fan can turn into your number one foe. And unfortunately, that's what happened. Sometimes people are so insecure about themselves that they try to make you insecure because they don't think that they're adequate to be in a relationship with you. So if you can come down to their level to make them feel superior than you, which makes them feel comfortable to want to be in a relationship with you. So anytime you're in a relationship, let me tell you right now, I think Oprah said it best. Love makes you feel good. That's mentally, that's physically, that's financially, that's spiritually, makes you feel good all the way around. It does not hurt you. It's not going to hurt you in your pocketbook where, someone is using your credit card and not paying the bill, or someone is putting, their name on the house but not putting your name on the house either, even though you two are married, or someone that puts money over their relationship with you. Sorry, I can't come over this week because of the fact that, some, financial reasons, when people put money above love, that's something to really check out, okay? When people put emotions below love, and what I mean by that, if people are stingy, I always told people that in a relationship, and I'll speak about mine, in a relationship, when I saw that that person was stingy with their money, remember I told you money is only energy, that's why they call it currency, and money is only expression of love. So if that person is being very stingy with their money, most likely they're going to be very, very stingy with their emotions, because one expression of giving is to give money. And if people tend to be stingy with their money, they're going to be stingy with their emotions, and that follows suit with that. So you want to be very cognizant of that. If someone's holding you to the dollar and telling you you can only buy $250 worth of food. Unfortunately, I had a client whose husband really watched the purse strings too, but ironically lavished upon him, the expensive cars and expensive homes and expensive everything else. But when it came to, basic needs and things of that nature, he came to be very cheap with those things. Okay, so you really want to analyze that. I'm going to say this again. In a loving relationship, yeah, there is work involved in that relationship. But if it is hard work, if it is a struggle, if you feel like you keep up going up a down escalator, that is not a healthy relationship. Where you got to constantly, daily, every millisecond of every single day, prove your love to them. That's a lot of insecurity. Love is freedom, It's the ability to be able to go and be what you are. And if the jealousy is there, and if the envy is there, and if the anger is there, it is not love. A lot of people thought or even think to this day that, oh, he's jealous, he envious, I'm gonna make him jealous. That means he loves me. No, that does not mean he loves you. That means, or she loves you. That means that they do not love you, okay? That they're very insecure. You do not want it. Someone that's very attached to you, that's got to be with you every millisecond of every hour, where you at, where you been, calling you 24 hours a day, that's a very insecure person. And guess what? We draw to us what we are. Insecure people draw other insecure people, and then you got an insecure what? Relationship, which is a toxic relationship, okay? I've been on that for like 10 minutes about a lot about the insecurities. So let's talk about what a healthy relationship looks like. You know why? Because so many of us, you know, you got the housewives shows, you got Love and Hip Hop, you've got just so many. I don't even watch TV, to be very honest with you, but I hear about all these love stories and love programs on TV, The Bachelor, The Bachelorette, all these type of shows that are on TV, and all of them are so fear-based, are so the antithesis of love. That's why you're here today. You want to hear the truth about what love is all about. Because like I said, what people consider love, honey child, is nothing but a lot of hate. Haters. With that in mind, let's talk about what love looks like. Love is kind. Love is gentle. Love is compassionate. Love is giving. Love is sincere. Love is authentic. Love is honest. It is trustworthy. It is peaceful. It is like you have died and gone to heaven, you know, and you are happy 90% of the time in a love relationship. No, I'm canceling out the 80-20 rule. 90% of the time, you are happy and at peace in the relationship. You are so secure in that relationship that you do not worry at all. There are no negative emotions involved with a loving relationship. You see, love cannot exist in a negative environment. Love is not worry, it's not fear, it's not hate, it's not pain, it's not anger, it's not depression. It's not none of those negative emotions. You can't be at two places at the same time, ladies and gentlemen. There are only two real emotions. It's either love or it's fear. So you either are in fear or you are in love. That's why I would say that most people fall in fear than fall in love. And that's what you want to make the determination. That's what you want to determine today. Are you in a love relationship? And if all those negative emotions are showing up, negativity what? Draws in negativity. Positivity what? Draws in positivity. So love is cherish. You know, it is charisma. It is kindness. It is peace. It is joy. It is consideration. It is compassion. Okay? It is sincerity. It is truth. It is justice. It is honest. It is harmony. It is balance. It is healthy. It is all those wonderful, good feelings and emotion. And like I said, 90% of the time, that is what that relationship is in on a consistent daily basis. And you know what, ladies and gentlemen? Love does not argue. No, love doesn't have good days and bad days. When you're in love, I know you've heard, relationships aren't perfect. Something's wrong in a relationship where people have to argue. No, we've been taught and brainwashed and conditioned to believe that if the person loves you, they're jealous. If a person loves you, then you have arguments and you get angry. No, that is not true. That is what a dysfunctional relationship is all about. And it's okay. It's okay that you're realizing this for the first time. Now you know you've got some work to do and that you've got some decision making to do. But the key thing about it is one of the key measurements is that when you do that test, you focus on in every area of that life. If you have more, when you make that list, if you have more pros than you have cons, and do the 90% rule, He's gotta and she's gotta have 90% of the good and only 10% of the negativity available to you. And more importantly, when you have God at the center of that relationship, on both parties' parts, and that's the forefront of both of your minds, that relationship has the highest propensity of being healed, transformed, and renewed. So get excited. Now that we know the truth about what love looks like, it is a verb, it is an action word. If someone says that they love you, they're going to say it mentally. You are part of their prayers. They are going to say it, verbally. I love you and I care about you. And then they're going to seal the deal, and then they are going to back it up via their actions. So if someone said that they love you and care about you and that they want to be with you, guess what? They are going to be with you. Meaning that even if they're in town number, in Ohio or and you're in Pennsylvania, they're going to see you. I read where one guy said, he had traveled, I think 3 or 4 hours to be with his girlfriend for half of an hour, because I think she worked at a hospital, where the case may be. That's love. I mean, there are so many demonstrations of love that are out there. I can remember when, it doesn't always have to be romantic. I can remember when my dad, my son at the time was 8 years old, and he had a football game. And I had a speaking engagement in Dallas, Texas. And we're talking about a 5-hour ride up and a 5-hour ride back. My father drove him 5 hours down to his game that was only an hour, so he could be a part of that and see him play. And then drove back another 5 hours. That's 10 hours out of his day to watch a 1-hour game and bond with his grandson. That's love. It is so important that you watch what a person does in their demonstration of love. And it's not about, if you notice, it's not about the money. A lot of men think that women are looking for them to spend money on them. No, too many women are looking for you to spend the time with them. They want you to put in that time with them, because time is what? More precious than any money that's out there. We can always get the money back. The diamond rings, I forgot what type of champagne or wine that's out there, the expensive wines and the dinner dates and the jewelry and the fur coat. Well, people don't wear fur coats no more, but all the little glitz and glam stuff that people do in a relationship. It's about the quality of time. Let me tell you, gentlemen out there, women would love, just small things. We don't want the money. A picnic in a basket that you took the time out to write a poem. Roses are red, violets are blue, and you are for me and I'm for you too. I mean, just small things, even though it's corny. Work on your rhyme. We love that rhyme. I can remember one time a gentleman, this was really, really sweet. He was a carnivore at heart. He loved his steak. And I can remember matter of fact, it was Valentine's Day. He had made me being a vegan, he had made for me a vegan dish, and it was the most saltiest tofu that I had ever tasted, but it was the most delicious, and I really appreciate it because he made a valiant effort to please me, knowing that I was a vegan, knowing that I love tofu, to sit down and take the time out of his day to sit there and make a wonderful vegan dish for me, though he was out of his league. And I ate it up and I played it off like it was the most delicious thing in the whole wide world, because his goal was to make me happy. That's the key, ladies and gentlemen. Remember I told you, love is peace, love is joy, love is happiness, all those things. And the majority of those wonderful emotions, beautiful, loving emotions, or respect are not at play in that relationship, you don't have a healthy relationship. And that's, keep in mind, I'm not talking about just romantic. I'm talking about with the mom. I'm talking about with dad. I'm talking about brother. I'm talking about with sister. I'm talking about with your boss or with your employees, etc., or with your soccer coach. All of those demonstrations are very important in a relationship. And so those are some signs of a healthy relationship. That you go to bed at night when you think about that person and you're feeling good and all yummy inside. And when you wake up in the morning time and you think about that individual and they make you feel like $1,000,000. That you are the apple of their eye. And you know what? 2 things I forgot to mention. 2 biblical things, 2 spiritual things. It's got to be magic. You have to have that miraculous feeling. Like when that person showed up, you knew that person was a gift from God. And if you can't say that person is a gift from God for you, well, it doesn't mean that the relationship is over. It just means that there's some godly spiritual work that needs to be done. And maybe you just may need to help them tap the guru inside of them, as well as you tap the guru inside of you too. Okay? It takes 2 to tango, and it also takes 2 to become gurus. And with that said, I hope you appreciate that information today, what I shared with you. Are you in a healthy relationship? I want you to meditate and pray on that. And more importantly, if you realize that you're not in a healthy relationship, breathe, smile, and then have the courage and have the positive attitude that you can change yourself, because you can't change other people. You focus on changing you. Remember, be the change that you want to see in the world. I love that phrase by Gandhi. Be the change you want to see in the world. Like I said, it takes 2 to tango. So if you want more love, you want to experience a loving, respectful, joyous, happy, healthy, harmonious relationship, you got to be all the above and more. And bring that positive 110 and 20% into that relationship. And you can totally shift and change that whole relationship. Because the only relationship that you really have is between what? You and God. And who is that person? You are God. I am God. You are God. God and Goddess together. That's what it's truly all about. So thanks so much for being on board today. Do me a favor. Like, comment. I'm going to get some feedback. What do you think about your relationship? Are you in a healthy relationship? Feel free. Ask the Holy Yogi. You can go to my Instagram account and you can DM me a question, and I'll be happy to make it a part of our next video. It's all about you. I'm just playing a wonderful part in it to get you on the road to your spiritual destiny, okay? And that love relationship of your dreams. Soulmate, soulmate, soulmate. Oh, do me a favor too. Check out our wonderful Soulmate series. It's on right now. And participate in our love challenge. Now, I can't speak about it anymore. We're on 23 minutes now. So do me a favor. Go check out the love challenge. Be a part of that on February the 4th. And we're going to make the love connection. Good talking to each and every one of you. Notification button. Hit it. Let's have our minute meditation. Dear Heavenly Spirit, Divine Gracious Mother, Father God, I thank you so much for putting me in a wonderful, healthy relationship with myself first and foremost. I am love, peace, happiness, joy, harmony, balance, reciprocity, truth, justice, righteousness, order, and balance. Peace is inside of me, and peace, love, joy, happiness is inside of my mate, my children, my mother, my father, and all family, friends, loved ones, my business partner, the cat down the road. Hey, shout out to my man, Infinite Waters, Ralph Smart. I can't forget the cat down the street. A lot of love to each and every one of you. Okay? Peace. Bye-bye now.